Let's see if we can't do something about my boredom.
Alright, so what's the next thing we want to do? Thinking. Well, the very first thing we're doing is returning to the floating continent. Hold on, I'll update my ancient text in real time. Returning to the floating continent to restore our regular potions and also pick up a certain magic spell so that we get the full book, like of the White Mage. We don't have that shameful gap of a spell. We'll have to cast it at least once to justify it. That should be pretty easy. If we fly straight across here, we will reach the other continent where all these rivers and shit are. We could take that little thing, but there's stuff we want to do on the floating continent that we have to have the Invincible to do, so... I don't believe there's anything underwater on the floating continent. I don't think I've ever tried submerging up there. Interesting. But if we fly straight south, we should come across... That's so not to scale. They should have made that thing sprite like 5 times bigger. Okay. Oh, remember we can't go through the ancient woods. It's so nostalgic flying over the floating continent. Back when we used to think this was the whole world. I believe Sid Town is where they sell the poison spell. Hell comes to Sid Town. Like how that's the name of the town to us. Oh, Venom. I was getting all riled up and ready to do my impression of Ernest as his old Creole, ornery, snake handler persona from Ernest Saves Christmas and declare that they be poison spells. We did it. Isn't that nice? Doesn't that feel nice to see that menu filled up like that? Okay, what are we going to do? Gee, Tenfey, what are we going to do in the floating continent? What order do we want to do these things in? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'm going to grab a few items out of my... Oh, we could get to where we're going first. Ain't no rush. So if you recall, earlier I facetiously pointed out a certain serpenty shape, which I didn't realize was going to be such a tongue twister in that river or lake. We got to approach it from just the right vector. Victor. Ask Clarence what his clearance is, and we'll get there. Yeah, right across here. Whoosh. Okay. Every journey begins with obtaining items from your Fat Chocobo. Support your local Fat Chocoboery. Okay, for no particular reason, I think I will bring... I've already skipped them while I was being facetious. Blood and wind spheres. Maybe a thunder spear as a joke, as a lark. And then we could bring... bring these, why not? What could it hurt? And maybe we bring some reflect now. Power armlet, and a diamond glove. I'm trying to think who has what. A couple of these. One of these wouldn't hurt. Well, we actually don't need that regular gauntlet if we got the diamond gloves. Yeah, you could stay here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is turning out all right. Let's see, he has that armor on, so we only need potentially one of you. I got two of you. Okay, so we don't need these. 1, 2. Let's see, he's got that equipped. Theoretically, we would want another gauntlet type weapon. Okay, what are we going to store for in here? This garbage that I like to pretend is useful items. It's a good call. I support it. If we get poison in here, we can just cast the fucking spell that cures it. Same thing if we get blinded. Okay. 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 That'll cover us. Let's take a quick nap. Early to bed, early rise, etc. We haven't gone... We should have gone by the store in Sid Town and gotten our regular potions, but we can do that after this excursion. I don't think we're going to be that desperate for potions. Alright, save here in the shadow of the Invincible. And let's row our boat out there and deal with this shit. Midgar's Olive called. He wants his gimmick back from the future. Lake Dole. The ancient text has an entry on Lake Dole that I'm conjuring forth via mystic energies. Yes, I see, I see. Yes, I see indeed. Oh no, not whatever the hell these are. I hate those things. Bio. The Ouroboros. I love the bio spell in Final Fantasy. It's like you're attacking them with a contagion or a paramecium of some sort. What a concept. Okay. Treasures for me. Why you shouldn't oughta. Earth Drums and God's Rage and Northwind and Phoenix Down. Oh yeah. I got choked up. They were such good items. 4 Ouroboros. Just cast Quake. When all else fails, cast Quake. The only downside to using Arrow 2 indiscriminately for fun is it occupies the same slot as the Haste spell, which is a spell you'd hate to waste. Doesn't quite work, but y'all get what I was going for. Well, these things are real weak. I like the added touch that he lays on hands the earth to cause the quake. That's neat. Sakaguchi knew what he was doing. High potion. I think I have like max high potions and you're just trying to give more to me to make me feel like nobody's took damage yet. It don't matter. Oh, there was an elixir in the last one. Hey, you things look real fucking pleasant. I'm just gonna cast Bolt 1. I like his angry face when he's casting a spell or using an item. Now, we could have come up here and done this stuff the moment we got the Invincible before we even went into the Dark Cavern. But I figured we'd do the Dark Cave first. we can't really utilize the main quote-unquote treasures you get out of this place and the other place we're going to go to until we had unlocked the final quote-unquote 3 jobs from the Earth Crystal. So that was another reason not to bother coming up here and doing this. Although there is cool shit in some of these boxes. Cool shit boxes. That'd be me if I was like the guy trying to hype up when they're selling storage units, as depicted on the super realistic and unscripted show Storage Wars. Sea lion. They've just got a regular ass name. Oh, they're like lions, but they've got like seal bodies. I get it. Ain't no reason to cast spells this turn. Just kill the folks. Punch boy! If that had killed him, I'd have never stopped being proud of it. White scent. I don't remember what that cast. Another Aegis shield. Well, I'll be damned. The white? It's musk. It might cast holy. I'd ask Gus. Alright, you're getting a bolt 3. And you're getting attacked. And you're getting attacked. And you... Oh wait, we could throw a God's Rage at the other one. As a joke. You glared at the Dark Knight, son. Gaze not into that Dark Knight abyss, lest it gaze back into you. Oh yeah. Alright, we ain't even got to drink potions, because we got... Look how many charges of Cure 1 we have, man. Final Fantasy 1 white mages don't know what to think. They're trying to ration out their 9 castings of Cure 1 for the entirety of the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Okay, on this floor, if we want secret good loot, we have to go up first. The ancient texts have proclaimed it. 4 of these fucking things, huh? Slapping my Dark Knight around. Trying to hit. And it's successfully hitting my advanced Black Mage. Quake will humble you quite nicely. Yeah, keep slapping old Black Mage Benny. Bambalam. He don't give a shit. You're just further fueling his rage as he quakes you all to death. That's damage right there, boys. Tommy is leaked. Do you kids remember leak speak? From the early days, back when the internet was still good. Okie dokie, boys. I like how much confidence the advanced Black Mage walks with. You have found the Black Thor hammer. You're like, you mean the Mjolnir? I'm like, nah, it's just Thor hammer. Some folks calls it the Mjolnir. I calls it the Thor hammer. I'm super confident that these 2 magic users combined can kill a sea lion. Only if Tommy and Chris don't get to him first. 99. 735, a little bit more. Who knew? It was nice of them to give the White Mage and the Advanced White Mage staves that cast level 1 elemental damage for free, just so your White Mage has something to do during the downtime. The dark scent rises. The dark scent of fear. Honestly, if the white mage had the defend command, I'd probably just use that every turn. Just to save time. I love the kind of sea lion who could be killed with a bolt too. With a Thundara. Every time I mention the spell Thundara, I instinctually want to somehow make a Thundercats reference, but then I never think it's worth it. Tommy fell asleep because a crab man told him to. I don't care for it. Alright, here's the plan this time. I think Quake will just kill all of them, so let's just Quake them. It's Shake and Quake, and I helped. Plank Tay. I just realized it's their name. Just put people to sleep. Why do crab monsters had to put people to sleep? He woke up to Justice, Quake, and Bake. Yeah. Spilled the whole damn party out of Warlock's son. White Mage be sleeping. Couple of cheeky items down here. Imp's Yawn. I have no idea what that casts. A sleep spell, probably. Well, look at this. Ain't this just the best fucking fight of all time to have gotten into? Serious shit, I believe they call it. Alright, we're just gonna spend a turn rowing up or rowing down. Row, row, fight the crabmen, as the song goes. Oh, good thing they all get to go first. Assholes. 665 just did save him from the devil grabbing his tank meat. Okay, so here is the plan. Quake will kill all of them. In the meantime, let's keep Jeremy alive. I'm 100% confident that that Quake spell will kill them. So let's just even have Tommy. He's a heal. Cure 4. Hi, potion. They slapped him for his insolence. No, don't put Ben to sleep. He's secretly the best character. It hurts me to say that. Well, at least Jeremy's got fucking HP now. Okay, we're gonna do this old-fashioned way. I guess you crowd just need the shit kicked out of you. Guess what? The White Mage can Quake too, if he uses an Earth Drum. Oh, Lord. Using a spellcasting item still uses your stats. So his poor, humble white mage stats that are designed for casting white magic. They weren't up to quaking the enemy. Full fucking confidence in these boys that nobody's going to get killed. Anyone but the Crabman go. Thank you. Good heavens, not the Crabman. Give anyone a turn but the Crabman. Okay. Fix everybody's rows, because everybody knows. They're out some big Cure 3s. Some moderate Cure 2s, and we'll be back in business, boys. The Light Warrior boys are back in town. The Onion boys are back in town. Switch over to Jeremy for a minute, just to shame Ben for falling asleep during the battle. The answer lies in the hot battle. We're in the final room, by the way, of this particular area, this region, as it's known. My God. They love to do this shit to you. And there you go. All right, I hear you kids that are familiar with the Final Fantasy series screaming at your screen, my God, is that Leviathan? Well, of course it is. Of course it is. The problem with Leviathan is he likes to tsunami, which is a big damage AoE water ability that he spams a lot. So ideally, you don't want anyone to get hit by it. And what's the best way to assure nobody gets hit by something is if they're in the sky. The only problem is, I didn't think about this. If I want to start changing people to dragoons, I need inventory slots. So I can strip them asshole naked. Okay, throw 4 samurai away. It's garbage. Let's look at all the garbage we're carrying these days. We need, so the 3 of these we need so that each dragoon, because Tommy, the gear Tommy's wearing can also be put on a dragoon, but unfortunately the Genji gear can only go on the Dark Knight. Dragoons are scared of it. So let's think. What do we know? Okay, we're gonna buy more potions. We don't need them. I mean, shit, we can just... it's not like we're gonna get silenced or shrunk or turned into a frog while we're fighting Leviathan. So we could throw all that junk away. I can't help but hoard these fucking spellcasting items. It's a sickness, I admit it, but it doesn't matter. I think that's enough inventory space that we can start changing people into other forms. Into more dragoony forms. Job. 41. Boom. Even the white mage becomes a dragoon. 32. Alright, we need to start putting some of this shit in their hands to make up more room. So if we give you the blood spear in one of your hands, throw an Aegis shield in the other, put a helmet on him. Did bring diamond helmets, didn't I? Did I not? Is that one of the few things I didn't think to bring? Seems like it. What can you do? What can you do? Reflect armor. Power gauntlet. Thunder spear. You know, I don't think Leviathan's actually has any elemental weaknesses, even though you think he'd be weak to thunder. So I guess there's no reason not to just put wind spears in most people's hands. I forgot to bring helmets and... where's the reflect armor? Yeah! Diamond. Okay, you can't take the Genji helmet off just yet. Equip or unequip to free up another spot. Well, we can buy another black robe once we get back to the airship, so boom. Okay. that. Damn, he can't take any of his armor off, which is ironic because he wants to put this back on when he turns into a dragoon. The game's like, no. You can't change job classes unless everyone's naked. That's the rule. It's my birthday and I say everyone's naked. One of them naked birthdays that you read about from time to time. What are we looking at here? Yeah. Oh, I know what we could do. Slap that Aegis shield on him. Boom, and that'll free up at least one slot, I believe. Boom. Yep. Just his helmet. Ironically enough. Okay. I can't remember. Well, we can. Yeah. Even if the store on the airship doesn't sell Gishel greens, aka carrot, we're in the floating continent, so we could go to the town of Gishel and buy more once we want to access fat chocobos. Booty storage. Okay. Job. Dragoon. Everyone's in the front row. Okay, diamond. Helmet. Diamond. Armor. Diamond. Glove. Wind. Spear. Thunder Spear. Tempted to leave shields on a couple of them. Okay, since he has the Blood Spear and will be draining HP unlike the others, we'll do that. And we'll give Tommy the Aegis Shield. That sounds like a neat trick. And you can have a Diamond Shield. Yeah, there we go. If I'd have just brought helmets for the crowd, it would be his business. Oh, we got another Reflect Mail I could put on somebody. Oh yeah, Protect Rings. I don't know if they'd be better than Diamond Glove here, to be honest. I honestly don't know. Alright, yeah, he's... Okay, yeah. I know what I'm doing now. It finally occurred to me. Take this shit off. Throw a Protect Ring on him. Take this off, put the Reflect Mail on him. Okay, I think we're finally ready to fight this damn boss. Has everyone got full HP? Does anyone need to pee? Because once we start fighting Leviathan, you can't do it unless you pee mid-jump, which is against Dragoon rules. I am Leviathan. I shall only lend my power to those with the light. Are you worthy? He ain't been paying attention. And that's how it's done, y'all. Figured I'd stay silent and let y'all enjoy the Dragoon Majesty. That's what you call a deeps race right there, boys. Although Ben was basically unkillable. Did you see that fucking fat damage? Sucking up that fat HP? I'm telling you, nothing gets the Dragoon ladies looking at you, glancing at you over their cool sunglasses like a blood lance. Jumping with a blood lance. Jumping with a blood lance. When Wolves Can't Fly, when you're doing your Tenfey Ultra album and you want to do a cool Dragoon-inspired song, then just take Smoking in the Boys' Room and make it Jumping with the Blood Lance. Well, anyway, we have Levia, which is, of course, the Leviathan summon magic. And that's a good thing. I think, wasn't somebody in charge of having the summon magic equipped? Yeah, it's you. So, just to make inventory space free, we'll give that to Chris. And then we can whoop away the worries with an otter head mushroom. Alright, that's one of the dungeons you can't go back to. So make sure you grabbed everything. Make sure you grabbed every useless piece of junk item that you'll never use and covet it. Well, I guess we could save over our all-Dragoon party again. Because there ain't no party like a Dragoon party, because a Dragoon party don't stop. Be a good description, quote-unquote, joke for this episode. Everyone go to bed. We're all going to jump into bed. Dragoons all have bunk beds with no lower bunk. They put like a computer desk in the lower bunk because they all jump into bed. I'm actually going to leave everybody as Dragoons for the next dungeon too. So you won't have to watch me go through that inventory nonsense. Oh yeah, I forgot that we threw away our Gishel greens. Gift of the Gishel. Gift of the fat chocobo. Yeah. So let's buy one. Theoretically, if you were only ever going to use this fat chocobo, then you could just always buy one every time you want to access it, because it's only 150 gil. Is the cursor hand is like the same color palette as our character model? I thought something felt weird. Is it normal? Yeah, it's supposed to be white like that. I wonder if it's because we're all Dragoons. I'd like to think so. Anything you could attribute to Dragoonness is next to godliness. So we don't need this or this. We just need helmets. We just need helmets. The boy screamed as he was dragged out the room. I don't know if there's any status elements in the next dungeon either, to be perfectly frank. Oh Lord, give me the strength. I'll buy a couple just so we can throw them away. I don't think there's as much treasure in the next dungeon. And I also know that we're not going to try to change jobs during it, so we don't need all that extra space to strip asshole naked. It's one of the biggest flaws in this game is how they couldn't like streamline the job change system. Later versions of this game, it's much more straightforward. Okay, so we're going to put on one of these, and I guess everybody else can just wear a dragon helmet. Why not? They're fun and comfortable for the whole party. Okay. Are we going to use any of these? No. No, we're not. Why pretend? The Great Pretender. Diamond Helm. Dragon Helm. Oh yeah, Tommy already had a diamond helmet on. I forgot. I plumb forgot. We might as well take our extra spears with us, just so crowd can dual wield up to the boss for regular mobs. Regular mob fighting, as it's known. And there you go. Let's grab a couple of mated kisses, a couple of softs. Be on our way. Oh, they don't actually sell mated kisses in here. Interesting. Interesting. You're like, you said that word twice, Uncle Tenfey. Are you maybe don't mean it as much as you think you do? Once again, money is an object, especially now that we have level 7 white magic. If we need to dupe, because each one of those sells for like 5 or 10,000 gil for every time we duplicate them. So we've almost got 1,000,000 gil. That's just it, Tenfey. You could have had upwards of 1,000,000 gil. Aw, peace. Okay, you may remember way back in the early days of this playthrough when we were so young, so naive, basic starting classes. We went up that mountain and ran into Dash, our good friend, who threw himself into a tower reactor to stop the floating continent from sinking. We got waylaid by Bahamut, the king and/or queen of dragons. We still haven't quite sorted that out. Well, remember when we jumped out of Bahamut's nest, we landed over here. So it turns out that Bahamut's actual nest is hid over here, and you can only access it with the invincible. Kind of an interesting fact, don't you think? So let's go in here and get reacquainted with our good friend. When we were like fighters and monks, really back attack right start with, huh? And white mages and red mages, you know, we weren't quite ready to take out a dragon, but now that we're the Dragoon Squad. Sorry, I'm getting the ancient text ready during all this nonsense of the back attack. Boom. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Let her eat, boys! I think the enemies in here are a little bit higher level than the ones in the Leviathan cave, I guess is what you would call it. Everyone leveled up. And everyone had a good time. My inventory is so free and empty. You love to see it. You're like, I hope every enemy in there turns you into a frog, Uncle Tenfey. Just to spite you. Just because you're maidens kissless. God's rage. Earth drum. Oop. Phoenix down. And a north wind for me. You shouldn't oughta. Oh, wow. The back attack crew. Once again. The Pterosaurs. Somebody at the end of this playthrough is going to have to do the maths to figure out what the actual percentage of back attacks we got in were. All 4 of them jump attacking from the back row. It is a shame that jump doesn't, you know... In future Final Fantasies, you can put a Dragoon in the back row and they can jump, and it doesn't nerf their damage. They took them so long to work out all the kinks of the Dragoon job, because they introduced it with the first Last Dragoon, Ricard, or Gareth, depending on what version of the game you're playing. And then, he didn't have jump, and he didn't use spears, or he wasn't, you know, trained in them. And then finally, in this game, you got your spear-wielding Dragoons with their jump command, but then you got the back row nonsense. Maybe Final Fantasy IV will clear things up. Maybe Final Fantasy IV's got a Dragoon in it. I don't know. You're like, Uncle Tenfey, even those of us that aren't familiar with Final Fantasy can look at the logo of Final Fantasy IV and see that it's a purple silhouette of a Dragoon. I'm like, y'all real fucking clever, ain't you? Y'all think a lot of yourself. Get Boris. That's Natalia. In the Golden Eye. When she found out Boris betrayed them, she was just yelling at James, "Get Boris! I must go pretend to buy IBM computers so I can hack internet. I'm Natalia from GoldenEye, and this is how I thought." Also, I know it says get Boris. I guess that stands for like greater or Boris. Kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy 1 where they couldn't fit the names of the enemies in the English version. So the like great imps and great ogres became grimps and grogers. Oh yeah, we don't have regular potions. I threw them all away. This place isn't nearly as long or as involved as the other one, so I'm not that worried. But there's back attacks for me to despise with all of my heart. So at least we've got that going for us. I wonder if it would be possible to mod an NES or a Famicom with like a turbo button that frame skips like that. You probably have to add some like custom chips to the board. Once again, Ben Hex, preserved Futurama head in the future that's watching this playthrough. Get on that. That's wine. Oh, I was about to make the Does God Want Some Cheese with that wine joke, but I believe I made that in the previous one. Liger S. I like the cut of y'all's jib. Are they wearing like a cool earring? Maybe. Is this game's versions of the quarrel that they introduced in Final Fantasy II? Dead. Battles might take longer with a full team of dragons jumping, but you have like 3 times as good a time. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that like Jeremy killed the Leviathan with a 420 hit. That was a good one. So the Chocobo's Rage item we just picked up, you use that in battle to cast Flare. Guess that's just a thing Chocobos do when they get mad. If you think about it, in Final Fantasy Tactics, the red Chocobos get Choco Flare, don't they? Or they get Choco Meteor. Can't remember. Oh yeah, we're also up against some snake ladies. It's been a while since we've been tempted by snake tits. God, that reminds me of that damn dungeon where the Heine incident took place. I'd make a joke about Snake Woman Heine, but I don't think they have Heinies. If Bobby Boucher's mom was there, was like, well, Snake Lady don't really have parts, but if I had to guess, your face is currently buried in the Snake Heine. Another Kotetsu sword, and here I am, just a bunch of humble dragoons. We don't know nothing about no dark katana swords. What would a dragoon know about dark knights? You crowd that know the Final Fantasy series. I can't tell if you enjoyed the quote-unquote joke references like that, or if, once again, you just roll your eyes at them. Okay, let's just take a few steps towards this door. Nothing bad will happen, surely. The voice of Bahamut. Wonderful. See if you can beat me. Hell yeah, son. Tell me the Dragoon ladies weren't watching that shit, boys. I did all the fucking work. Put the team on my fucking back. 100 years from now, people will be sitting around and they'll be like, remember that time Ben the Dragoon put the whole fucking team on his back, son? I'd like to thank the Blood Lance. I'd like to thank my good friends who sacrificed themselves to make me look good in front of the Dragoon ladies. And most of all, I'd like to thank you, the Tenfey viewer, for not unsubscribing at my self-aggrandizing of this one moment. All right. Boys, this crowd is fucking dying for us to get back on track. So we got Baham, which summons Bahamut. And that's a good thing. All right, let's throw some Phoenix Downs at this crowd, wake a couple of them up. Now, unfortunately, we can't just warp out of this dungeon because since we've currently returned to the overworld map for this little Bahamut battlefield, that means if we step inside the cave and warp, it'll just bring us back here. So we're going to have to trek out of here. But I think we'll be all right. Oh, and I guess Chris can have the Bahamut. What other magic does he have? A bunch of shit that is ruining the aesthetic of his inventory. So you'll notice we're missing the level 6 summon spell. That's something we could have gotten way back when we had the submarine, although I had no reason to go through with it because we didn't have the summoner job. So we'll go do that. Next time on Onion Boy Z. I was all ready to like throw a big fit and have to redo that whole Bahamut fight. So I was on the edge of my seat. If he'd have gotten a Mega Flare off just once during those last couple of turns before Ben had a chance to jump, it would have all been over, son. The Dragoon ladies would have immediately been talking about how they had to work in the morning and they had a headache. Oh, grenades. It's been a while since we encountered a bomb enemies. You survived a jump. Neat. Also realized I didn't equip shields on any of the party members, which, you know, they may have stayed alive longer in the fight. Jeremy can't stop doing 420 damage. But, then again, they would have done a little bit less damage. And it might not have gotten Bahamut weak enough that Ben could carry on. So as always, son, they were making that sacrifice. All three of them looked and could see over in the bushes the cute Dragoon ladies watching. And so the three of them looked at each other and nodded. And then all three of them were like, oh no. We all three slipped on banana peels and fell down. What a shame. If only our friend Ben, the coolest, hippest Dragoon, could save the day. And Ben was like, he took it completely seriously, son. He was like, my friends, I have to put them on my back. I have to do all the work. I was hoping everybody would get to one shot of their own Naga monster, but it weren't meant to be. The dungeon music in this game that you're hearing right now, the generic dungeon theme, it's alright, I guess. It alright. It not subtle or nuanced. It remind me of me dungeon music, which I like better. But did all right. I love the little between turns where we just see the 1, 2, 3, 4 flashing over the enemies. 1, 2, 3, 4, get your naga on the floor. Gonna want to jump up and jump down. Gonna want to jump up and jump down. One of the few cassette albums I owned throughout the course of my middle-aged and high school years was Coolio's Gangster's Paradise, which I got mainly for that song. But I remember one of the songs on it. That was the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4, get your woman on the floor. Gonna want to get up and get down. There was also another song where he sang about how it was too hot. I remember that vaguely. I couldn't tell you any other song on that album other than the titular Gangster's Paradise, where we've been spending most our lives, I've been told. Hitching up the buggy, churning lots of butter. Raise the barn on Monday, soon I'll raise a nutter. Think you're really righteous? Think you're pure of heart? Well, I know I'm a million times as humble as thou art. I'm the pious guy the little omelets want to be like, on my knees, day and night, scoring points for the afterlife. So don't be vain and don't be whiny, or else, my brother, I might had to get medieval on your hiney. I realized halfway through that recital that it was going to end in the word hiney, and then I was going to have a PTS flashback to the hiney incident. And there you go. And only Tommy got the shit knocked out of him, which means it was a good fight. You know, I've never tried to fight Bahamut in this game with a regular party, a non-all dragoon party. It's probably tough. Getting slammed with mega flares. You'd have to have like a advanced white mage there, casting Cure 4 every turn. Right at the end, the final insult, the final back attack. Okay. Smug assholes, here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to use some of the spellcasting items of garbage that I have. Am I? I don't remember what casts what. God, it's going to do such a small amount of damage, too. That's the most hurtful part. Nah, don't do it. Everybody just jump. Van Halen, give us the strength. This is having your back against the wrecking machine right here, boys. And it's not even the worst that we've seen, son. I'd go on, but I really don't think y'all can see what I mean. It takes all four of us back row jumping to take down one enemy. Alright, maybe this will be the final round. And we did it, or Chris and Jeremy did. And we're out. Immediately save the game. What a fun excursion. Alright, Fat Chocobo, I need you to appear so I can give you some of this garbage that I carry around like it's useful items. We intentionally filled his inventory with spellcasting items as a joke. I used a south wind, doing 48 damage, making me the victor. Summon that Fat Chocobo, if you're so great. Okay, everything's cool. Store that. Alright. right, well, our business on the floating continent has almost concluded, although we are going to go stock up on potions and such. Potions and sundries. That's my pen and paper role-playing series where you just play as a merchant in an adventuring town. I mean, shit, there's probably actual D&D campaigns where like you run a store. Okay, where's the best place to buy the items I'm thinking of buying? Maybe the ancient town. I don't know if Sid's town has maiden's kisses, and I'm going to assume that there's at least one fucking enemy in the final dungeon that can turn you into a frog. Always assume there's one enemy capable of frogging you. Yeah. Buy 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And boom. Alright, how many high potions am I packing these days? 63. So we need 36. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Alright. Couple of these. Is that everything? Potions made in kisses, antidotes, eye drops, echo herbs, softs, eye drops. I think we're good. Alright, so for our next optional side dungeon, we actually need the submersible. I feel like I'm not saying that right. Cellar door. Luckily, I parked it in a convenient spot. Right up here. Yeah, boys, fucking hooked up, son. Look how fast this damn thing is. Okay, I mean, the first airship we got, I might have moved at the same speed as the Invincible. I can't even remember. I remember 100 fucking years ago, the people in this castle were like, hey, I hear there's some weird guy with a horn helmet that lives in the cellar, and everyone's scared to go down there now. But subterranean, etc. So if we go underwater right here... Oh, excuse me. How embarrassing. What I meant to say is, if we go underwater right here, look at that. I don't know how. Yes, we're keeping the Dragoon party going. All of these optional bosses here have some move they love to spam that just deals damage to you. This place isn't that deep. But I do want the ancient text at hand just in case. I gotta know where all the best garbage that I'm never going to use is so I can make sure to loot all of it. Well, look at you, crowd, laughing and chuckling. Having some hearty jeers and jives. Kai-clops. They should be cat-clopses. Because, you know, they're laughing. World of Warcraft's auto-translate and LOL and all that. You know the lore. The Internet Historian. Do a whole article on it. The best part is all the damage they did was to Ben. Old Blood Spear Ben, as they call him. And so he got all of his HP back. I think if you end a fight with a Dragoon in the air, you should start the next fight with them already in the air, poised to do a plunge attack. That would be real cool. We won! Okay. Useless garbage, item 1. Wow, a golem staff. I'm so excited to have another one. Boss troll. I see. Honestly, I'm being indulgent with these enemies. This dungeon, because we could access it so much earlier, the enemies are even weaker than they were in the Leviathan Cavern, so we didn't want to waste time. I could just be meleeing. We've seen enough cool guy dragoon jumps this episode, or a recording session. Once again, I don't quite know how this is going to be divvied up when I'm editing to make the episodes. Just attack everyone. You're wasting fucking time. These battles where there's not really a threat, I don't really feel the need to sit here and make you watch them. Another Aegis shield. It's not bad. Some Gaia armor is probably never going to get war, but it's nice to have that option. Valors. Well, we haven't fought these things yet, so I guess we could do a dragged out dragoon fight. Drag out Dragoon! One of them unreleased Squaresoft games, or untranslated to North America. No, wait, that's, what am I thinking of? I think the name of the Drakengard games that became the Nier games in Japan is Dragon Dragoon. Dragoon Lagoon? Or Dragon Lagoon might be one. I think there's some Super Nintendo game that Squaresoft never ported to North America that has a name like that. I accidentally tapped the speed up button. Right then, if you're wondering why the music very briefly went fucking crazy. Why Dante got super hyped for the briefest moment. And he had just took the biggest bite of a sliced pepperoni pizza, son. Had burning grease going down his chin. Dante strikes me as the type of guy that at least once has just accidentally dropped an entire greasy slice of pizza on his nice shirt. And then immediately devil triggered and ran and to the store to get a Tide stick so it wouldn't permanently stain. Another reflect armor. I guess I'll equip it. Okay, you've got one. I think Tommy might be the only one with that one. What a shame. Now the diamond armor doesn't have fire defense, does it? Might be thinking of the crystal armor. Everybody was two-spear fighting. Those dragoons were fast as lightning. Guillemon Bell. Well, if I want to put a Geomancer in my party, again, for God knows what reason, at least I'll have a good bell for it. Okay. Luckily, this place is fairly short, too. Somehow we won. And there's, of course, a secret area over here. Bravely Default is a Final Fantasy in spirit. And it has built-in speed up for the battles. As well as you can, like, turn off the encounters, the random encounters if you wanted to. I like that it gives you that level of customization. Okay, each of these chests over here either have an elixir or a phoenix down in them. And for each one you open, you fight a set enemy. But they're enemies we don't really care about, I don't think. This snake guy's kind of interesting, but I'm just going to accelerated melee them all to death. I think that one guy was using Quake. I couldn't tell, I killed him so fast. But we did all take damage. Yeah, you were like a regular monster in the Leviathan cave, I think it was. Which probably means this other snake guy is just a regular monster somewhere. Honestly, we're powering through these. I might as well just accelerate through the victory dance too. Fuck it. You don't need pants for the victory dance, 'cause baboon's better than weasel, as they used to say. I believe John Lennon said those words. IR Baboon, big star of cartoon. That's some more 90s kid shit for y'all, right? Cow and chicken. Mama had a chicken. Mama had a cow. Dad was proud. He didn't care how. What an odd premise for a show. I remember the pilot for it that was like an actual cartoon or whatever. Wada cartoon. I always get those mixed up. That it had the red guy, quote unquote, Ben Pants, Rear Admiral Floyd, all the names they gave him. Talking about the Heine incident. Think about the red guy. God, the You Ben Pants joke is one of the best jokes ever. But anyway, in the pilot, he was just the devil. I can't heal Jeremy again because he's carrying on the 2069 legacy. And he was like trying to get Chicken to smoke so that like he could drag him into hell. But in the very end of the episode, I remember they showed the mom and dad characters who you only ever see from the waist down. And they were just like legs. They like it just ended. They had no upper body. I remember they acknowledged it kind of in an actual Cow and Chicken episode. Cow and Chicken are looking for something and they're going through the closet and Cow or Chicken pulls out like a paper mache upper torso of a man and a woman from like the waist up, and he looks at Cow and she just says it's like her science experiment. God, the parents in Cow and Chicken were fucking crazy. Speaking of Dante, hey look, we're here on this side of the wall. That guy's still over there shimmying and shaking. He's like, I'm doing a good job of protecting these treasure chests, I'll tell you what. Alright, unfortunately I want everyone to have full HP as we deal with this. So, once again, I was being facetious, but you future Final Fantasy kids know who this is. Things aren't boding well, because here comes Odin. Hell, your horse needs more legs. I was talking about Sleipnir earlier. Alright, we're going to jump lest we get hit with a little attack that you kids know and love. The one, the only. Oh, Adam Edge. I was about to scream Zantetsuken, but Ted Woolsey's ghost infected this translation and changed it to Adam Edge. What can you do? Oh no, at least it didn't immediately cut us in half. We just had to delay long enough for Cypher to show up, or Seifer, or however you're supposed to say his name. And Zantetsuken reversal him, son. We'll have to draw as many auras as we can, but at least we'll get Gilgamesh. Are you kids familiar with Final Fantasy VIII? Alright, somehow we won. We are worthy. And just like that, we got all the summon magics. I'm gonna have to show them to you here in a bit. Now that we're getting done with all these gimmicks. But first and foremost, I need some Otterhead. Alright. I think we have to advance the game now. We don't have to take the Invincible back. Actually, I don't think we can take the Invincible, because remember, the whole point of this super fast airship was it lets us get up the tunnels where the wind blows or whatever. Any way the wind blows. So regardless, for the time being, I do want to change my job classes though, which means we need to visit the Invincible. That's where I keep all my stuff. That's where I keep my fat chocobo. Okay. Fly across the ocean. Ignoring the motion. Oh, I went too far north. I'm going so fast that I can't control it. Alright. I think it's finally time to end the All Dragoon party. So we had a good run, had some fun, shared a few laughs, jump attack a few dragons, impressed a few Dragoon ladies. But we got to get back on track, back to business. The business of beating this damn game so that I can edit this damn playthrough and get it uploaded, and then you kids can watch it and hopefully have a good time. I would never be so arrogant as to demand that you all leave a comment stating whether or not you're having a good time. But if you feel like doing that of your own accord, I won't stop you. I won't have anything to say against it. I'm actually going to store my otter head. Alright, so what are we going to do with this crowd? Well, for the time being, let's strip everyone asshole naked. The best thing about a Dragoon party is it ends with everybody asshole naked, son. That's like the Dragoon equivalent of streaking on your college campus. Is that Dragoon University campus when somebody gets too intoxicated and too rowdy at a party, you'll just hear like somebody screaming, woo, woo, as they jump up and down. And when you look out the window, you're like, yep, he's up there leaping, asshole naked. Son, he's only got one spear on him at the moment. Don't do that if you're not a Dragoon lady. I only respect Dragoon streak jumping if it's a Dragoon lady. I guess Kamari can do it too, just to be inclusive. Just ironically. Okay. So for now, let's get everyone back on track. 0 to be the knight for Tommy. I mentioned recently that the knight belongs to Tommy. We were having a good run with Mystic Knight, aka the Dark Knight Christopher Nolan. There's a Dark Knight joke in there somewhere. And just for this next section, I want to show you all Summoner, but it would be, well, yeah, we need to take our Advanced Black Mage and Advanced White Mage for this next part. There's a actually difficult double boss encounter coming up. So I want as many options as possible. And Summoner is nice, but it's mainly good for doing big group damage. And you don't get as many charges. So, yeah, you got to plan these things out. You got to be responsible. Now remember, we sold our black robe to make room earlier, so we need to buy one of those. We can buy it at the store. Boom. I'm trying to remember where you get the elemental rods that black mages can use. There's one of each of the 3 main elements, and it lets them cast a level 1 spell for free as well. They're supposed to boost the element that, like the lightning rod is supposed to boost your lightning damage and stuff, and the game even says that it does, but according to the ancient text, it's bugged. You know they've got to have some kind of equipment or spell bug in an NES Final Fantasy, so they can never quite get rid of all of them. Okay, in the meantime, I want from you... I'm just going to double equip Golem stabs on him. Fuck it. None of these advanced knives can be wielded by my little black mage feller. It's a shame when you think about it. A couple of defenders. Once again, I'm tempted to put blood swords on him so you can keep yourself alive forever, but Unfortunately, its attack power is not as good as the, of course, Blood Spear, as it's known. Genji helmets. They're not dingy helmets. Okay. Let's see. Some reflect armor, some Genji armor. Where's my... Oh, did I throw away the white robe too? I can't remember. I don't see it here. I mean, I could buy another one. It doesn't matter. Just curious. Just trying to actually remember. A couple of protect rings, a Genji glove. Let's give Tommy the diamond glove. I would give him the power glove, but he needs defense, like magic defense. Okay, let's see. As far as these items go, what would actually be useful against these particular bosses? None of this garbage. The white scent item, I believe, casts holy. I think I might have mentioned that earlier. What does the dark scent item cast? Maybe some instant death spell? I don't fucking know, man. Now we might as well take this and have Jeremy use it. Because spoilers... No, there is a holy spell. Double spoilers. I was going to say spoilers. I don't think there's a holy spell in the game. But I forgot we haven't gotten level 8 white and black magic yet. Okay, everything's cool so far. What do you got equipped down there, buddy? Yeah. Yeah, I guess I did get rid of my white robe. I just don't remember doing it. It's only 7,000 gil. Who gives a shit? Oh, we need to take our scholar hats out. I almost forgot. Take. Once again, I want to hear the overworld map music while I'm equipping people, because it takes a fucking month. Alright, for you, my friend, a scholar hat, a black robe, a protect ring. For this, oh, I didn't grab any of his katana swords, did I? We'll get those when we get back inside. How about a Genji helmet? And how about a Genji armor? And how about a Genji glove? And how about a Genji shield? Hooey! And for the knight that has it all, 2 defenders. Gee, Tommy. I thought a guy with 2 defenders would be happier. Nah, you're thinking of a guy with 2 blenders. And then cut the mo at his bar, and he's making like 2 different types of smoothies. And he's like, I gotta tell you guys, this is pretty terrific. Yeah, this is what we want so far. This is what we want so far. Oh, have we got 3 protect rings? Oh no, we haven't put one on Jeremy. I was like, why do I have more protect rings? Why? The white robe. The scholar hat. Well, with these 2 golem stabs, it'll give him plus 10 strength. We won't put him in the front row, so you just start beating the shit out of people. The only problem is, he himself could also get the shit beat out of him. That's equality. I have so many Genji shields. You know, I think Tommy can use a Genji shield, actually. No, he can't. God bless his heart. He's just not dark enough. He's too paladin-like. Okay, now I gotta buy one more Gishel Green. Give me just one more Gishel Green before you say we're through. I summon Fat Chocobos, baby, it's the best that I can do. We're just some onion boys, I make a noise. I ain't job class changing on you, so give me just one more Gishel Green before you say we're through. Alright. We need to take these. It'll be bananas. Because Chris deals damage when he brandishes his katanas. Boom. Actually, I want to store the other 2 of these, so we're going to do it like that. This is how inventory management works in Final Fantasy III. This is what Sakaguchi wanted. And now we can put the good sword in his hand. Neat! Everyone's got good magic. Yeah! I think we might be ready for the next chapter of this magical video game adventure. But unfortunately, we have yet again reached the I'm wore out, my throat's getting dry, and my ass is going numb, and I need to piss barrier. So we're going to have to end the recording session. You know I hate to do it to y'all. But at least we can end it by being fast as fuck. Boy! No, I wanted to end it right there. Now I've got to kill this monster. Playthrough's ruined.